Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm kicking back out here with Papa. I'm gonna smoke half a cigar because it's too freaking hot. But he insisted on coming out here. Double espresso. And Papa had surgery yesterday. They took out his spleen, and we were really worried because he had a lump about the size of a lime, big ball, and the vet said that it, he doesn't know if it's cancer or could be benign, it could be malignant, but still had to come out because it was growing. So first it was 1.5, then it was 2, and then it was 3 centimeters. So decided to take it out, and he is pretty active. I mean, this guy, he's 13 years old, and he's kicking back here with me. He slept very rough yesterday because of the anesthesia. He looked like a zombie. He was standing, and he was just going like he didn't know what to do. I said, "Come on, lay down," and he would follow me around, but still he wouldn't settle. So now finally he's out of it. He was getting some pain medication, and he had some food, and I gave him a bone, one of those chewy. Uh, he likes those. So he's out. He's out of it. Still, gotta take those stitches out in a couple of weeks. And the vet said that when you remove the spleen, which is this thing is about 10 inches long, and it had that ball on it. And I asked him before starting. I said, before we left, I said, how long is that incision's gonna be? And he said, oh, it's going to be about like that. He said, maybe 10 inches. Well, he noticed I was kind of worried, and he did a smaller cut, 4-inch, and he took it out of from there. This guy is the best vet I've ever seen. I wish we would have met him before. He probably could have saved Bear Paw, because all these other vets here, they just didn't know what the hell they were going to do. And knowing that this guy's been here for 35 years and none of these guys recommended it to us. None of them. Because the way we met him is because we were going to do an insemination with Papa in a female. And that's how we found out about him. He's the only one that does that around here. But he does more than that. He's got equipment up to yin yang, This guy is like a master. Little Chinese guy. He's been a vet for a long time, and he's really good. He's really good. I think his Angels. I think his office is called the Angels Care, Animal Care, something like that. I think I have a card on my desk. And he did a pretty good job on Papa. I thought the cut was going to go up to his rib cage up here. So we got that out of the way finally, because we don't know still if it's cancer. Settle down. And but if it was cancer, then it's out, because I'm hoping it didn't spread. It was containing a ball, but you never know. So being that it's 90 degrees and he wanted to be out here, what's the matter? Lay down. And I cut the cigar in half, because if I go smoke the whole cigar, I would be here for almost 2 hours. It's too long, so I cut it. That's it. Burning in the middle only. So Papa's doing a lot better. Now, when he's well and he can run, I'm going to take him running and exercising so he can lose some of the extra weight. He's got to lose about 6-7 pounds. So on the boat, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I've been looking at some videos how to do adjustments on the carburetor. This carburetor, Elderbrock, has a lot of, man. It's like a, I guess it's like an instrument. You gotta tweak it here, you gotta tweak it there, you gotta do this and that. I'm going, geez, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not gonna take it apart and change the jet. Some people say, oh, you gotta change the rods and put bigger ones. And I'm going, what does the rod do? I don't know that, you know. I'm just gonna go and change the linkage on the plunger, the fuel pump. Some guy told me, he says, it's dirty fuel. I said, no, it's not. I got 20 new gallons in there, and I filtered the fuel. The filters are new too. So I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna give it the test, and if it doesn't puff or backfire or anything, I'm gonna take it out for a run, slow run at the beginning, and then I'm gonna drive around the bay. If it's running smooth, then I'm gonna take it outside and take it up to speed and see what it does. Now, the carburetor, even though it's a good carburetor, is the wrong carburetor. It is not a boat. It's not a marine carburetor. I saw a video that this guy talks about Elderbrock. That's all he talks about. He's an expert. Hey, Bob, Lando. Oh, they shave your belly. Look at that. So he was saying that the secondary is open with vacuum, and that's when I said, well, that shut the hell out of that, because I don't have vacuum lines on that boat. There's no way to hook it to, so it's the wrong carburetor for it. So maybe I already looked up the right carburetors, the Rochester, which is what I had before, and I already talked to the rebuilding shop, carburetor rebuilding, and he says he couldn't do anything. If he opens it up, he's going to charge me full price. And I said, well, listen, I'm going to sell it to you. And we were kind of going back on the price, but he says, I'm busy now. I said, okay, I'll see you in a week or so. I'm going to see if I can sell it. I don't want to fix it up again. That something's wrong with that carburetor. It has to be a better quality carburetor. They screwed me in that carburetor, that Jets. If you have a marine carburetor, don't go to Jets in Newport Beach. Because what they did to me is that they got a good quality carburetor and they swapped it for a cheaper carburetor, and that's what I ended up with. Because the guy said, oh, we don't need to rebuild this one. I have another one here you can just take right now and pay me. And I said, let me see it. He brought it out. Identical. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. And I said, okay, I'll take it. Because I wanted the boat running. Well, ever since I did that, I've been having problems with this carburetor for 3 years now. One problem after another. So, don't deal with them. I wouldn't. I'm gonna get. Oh, and another thing I found out that I didn't know: the Rochester company closed down. I don't know if they sold it or what, but they closed down. So there are no new Rochester carburetors. I have to use a refurbished one. So I went to Summit, and they have it there for $380. I see them for $4.5. Everybody has a different price. And I see one for $170, and I went to Amazon, and Amazon, they have them cheaper, But I'd rather buy it from a auto parts or a boat part warehouse that if there's any problems, I can send it back. They can send me another one if that's possible. If you buy from Amazon, then you're gonna return it. They're gonna turn around and send you another one like it, or maybe the same one. You never know. But the Rochester is a good carburetor, but it has to be good quality carburetor. So I'm taking a gamble. Unless I walk into another shop and ask to see if they have one, physically inspect it, and to say, listen, if there's anything wrong, can I bring it back? And they say, yeah. All right. So I'm going to look into that. I know there's another shop, but this guy, I've been there a few times in the years. That guy, he's got a messy shop. I don't like dealing with people that their shop look like a trash, like Sanford and Son. Especially with carburetor parts. You're on a table, you got little parts here and there, and you don't know what you're going to grab when you're going to put it together. So that's what's going on with the boat. Come to think of it, if it runs good tomorrow, I'm just going to leave it alone because it needs vacuum for the secondaries to open. So if I pump it, it's gonna bug down. I just want to satisfy myself if I do a little change on the link there on the pump, if that's gonna make a difference. Because that's the setting it was before, and I moved it to the first hole because thinking that it will give me more economy. Because one position squirts less than the other, and the other one squirts more, and then the last one squirts a lot more. And I said, well, no, I want the boat running economical, but it needs more fuel maybe. That's why it was poof, doing this. It can't be dirty gas. The gas is new, and the filter's clean. And I already ran the pump into a small container and make sure there's no crap from the hoses. And there was still some little shit in there, but not enough to cause any problems with the filter like before. Before it was really plugged. That was really plugged, but now it's cleaner. So let's see what happens. But I do like the Eldebrock carburetor. The only issue I have with them is that it's got so many adjustments that, man, you gotta be a mechanic to deal with that carburetor. You gotta. I saw a guy says, you adjust this and put it back in the truck and take it out. If it doesn't run back, come back and adjust this and take it out. And then if it doesn't run right, take it off and go inside and change this and change that and put it together and put it back in the truck, take it out. And I'm going, dude, is that the way you're going to tune that carburetor? So it's a little complicated for me, but it's a good carburetor. It's just that I'm not going to be going through that, especially if I'm going to pay a mechanic $150 to $200 an hour. I'm going to spend there all day doing this. So yeah. And now, now I feel like talking about something else. I got 3 ground squirrels in my yard. They dug a hole, a big hole. I'm talking a big hole, right next to my palm tree on the second little patio there. Because I see the squirrels running around, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. So I got my binocular and I sat there in the dining room, in the den, and I'm looking through the glass there, and then I don't see them. All of a sudden they pop up and they're like looking around. I say, where did they go? Well, I went there and I started looking around and I found the hole. So now They coming out to eat the bird seeds that my wife is putting down on the floor for the birds. We get dogs, we get little pigeons, little sparrows and whatever. And there's a squirrel, and now I'm thinking I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to do some hunting. My wife says, no, don't kill them. They're pretty. And I said, yeah, I know they're pretty, but if they're gonna, I said, okay, I'm gonna leave them alone for now, and I'm gonna watch them. If they start messing with the new flowers we planted and it's gonna start eating the leaves and destroying the yard, I'm getting the pellet gun out and I'm going hunting. Because I've had several opportunities just to sit there with a slide door open and just go and pop them. I had to do that to a rat. And after I killed the rat, I feel bad about it because he died with his eyes open. He was looking up, and I'm going, geez, I guess I'm losing my killer instinct, my hunting instinct. I'm losing it after so many years. Must be my old age. Um, I saw a movie a long time ago. It must have been in the 70s. It was Rock Hudson. I forget the name of the movie. And it was about finding life on Mars. Because they saw some canals, and Mars used to have water and ice and all that. And he I don't remember exactly how it went, but finally he went and met a Martian. And the Martian said something that it kind of stuck to me, and I'd forgotten about it, but I saw the movie. I saw a little clip of it a couple of days ago, and it came back to me. And he said this. Rock Hudson asked him something like, he had a lot of questions, and he said, ask me whatever you want to know about my planet. And he just didn't know exactly what to ask. And finally they got around to the question of, what is it all about? Life. And the Martian responded, he says something like, it doesn't matter if you see what you see or if you don't see, because they were talking about, do you see my cities? And Rock Hudson was saying no. And Rock Hudson said, you have a dead planet. And he said, no, it's not. And he said, where are you from? He says, well, I'm from there. He looked up, look at Earth. He says, your planet is dead. He says, no. He says, well, it looks dead from here. He goes, but it's not. He goes, well, the same way as here. It's not what you see, it's what's actually there. But then they came around to the life. Yeah. And he said it's not important what you see or what is not there. It's important about living. And this is what got to me. Said life is to be enjoyed. Life is to live it. Live every day the gift of life. And they didn't talk about God, but he said something like the patron of the universe, something like that. And then he said, live your life, enjoy everything, don't destroy beauty, don't kill for the sake of killing. Everything that's around you, it's special. Everything that's there is for you to enjoy it. And that kind of touched the nerve with me. And I said, I've been hunting for so many years that now I can't kill a few ground squirrels that making holes in the yard, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna just leave it alone because it's true. You only kill out of necessity, not because I'm gonna see if I can make a shot and prove to people that you can shoot far or whatever. It's not about that. You only kill when it's necessary. If you need to eat, obviously, of course. If you need to defend yourself. Before you pull the trigger, you better make sure that you really have to defend yourself. Don't just shoot somebody because you can. Don't kill an animal just because you can. And and, and I'm looking at the squirrels bouncing around, eating the seeds, looking around, and I can't even go to the garage and get my pellet gun because it came back to me. Leave beauty. Let beauty. Don't destroy beauty. Don't just shoot and kill for the sake of killing. And I always had that philosophy about hunting. I don't shoot at anything that moves, like some people think. You know, uh, I've seen squirrels in front of me. You know, I'm against the tree and I'm completely camouflaged. And I'm just enjoying the woods. I'm enjoying the nature and looking at everything. And then I see this gray squirrel with a beautiful puffy tail. I mean, beautiful puffy tail. I mean, 15 feet away from me, moving around, looking, and he doesn't know I'm there. I really enjoyed that. Some people would have turned around with a handgun and shot and shoot it because they want to eat the squirrel. Do you need to eat the squirrel? Even though it's legal to kill a squirrel. So that's my philosophy. I only shoot a deer that I'm hunting if it's the right deer. A good size, mature, good antlers on them. Not a Bambi, not a little deer is beginning to live. And if it's not up to my criteria or you know, I just let them pass and enjoy the beauty. Don't kill it for the sake of killing. To say, oh yeah, I got him. I don't need to boast to anybody. I know what I can hunt. I know what I can do, and I've done it before. That's why I'm proud of my trophies. They're all fully grown. They live their full life animals. The fishing game, when he came to check the antelope, he says he's at his last few months. He says he wouldn't survive the winter. He was already at the last weeks or months of his life because they only live, I think, 8-9 years. What? Huh? Yeah. You can come and sit around. Huh? Come on. Okay, so my lady came out here. We're talking, and all of a sudden we hear this creak snap, and she says, "You're gonna kill yourself." The chair just blew up on me. Look at this. The whole edge. And she's telling me, "You're gonna kill yourself." I gotta buy another one. I call this chair my old man chair, and I leave it out here. Nobody steals it because if I get one of those really nice camping chairs, it won't be here the next morning. I'll just leave it here, and I sit, you know. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get that carburetor and install it. I'm gonna buy it. I don't know if tonight or I'm not in a hurry, but I do want to get that thing running already. And I'm gonna leave the squirrels alone for now. If I start seeing some damage, I really don't want to shoot them. She went online and found out that Home Depot has these round balls, it's like a mothballs, and you can put them around the yard and they'll leave because of the smell, I guess. So we're gonna look into that. We might go a bag today, to buy a bag today. I don't know. But I they have a nice coat. The tail is not as puffy as a tree squirrel. Uh, it's kind of scrunchy looking. But the coat is really nice, thick. They're healthy looking, and it's a couple with a baby smaller. But they took over the yard. They just sit there under the palm, and they just lean there, and they just assessing the patio, looking at everything. And one of them went up the palm tree and hugged it and looked at it, and then he grabbed the rope that I have attached there, and he's just checking everything out. And they enjoy the morning. And there's a nice shade there, and then we water in the morning, and it kind of gives the patio a little bit of a ambiance that you have living creatures in your yard. We already have enough. We have a lot of lizards, and that's about the only thing. And then the birds come in for the fountain, take a bath there. There's some beautiful mountain birds or hill, because there's hills here, and there's a yellow one. There's a few yellow ones that come, and one of them was pretty big. He had a big yellow chest and a black collar. Yeah, beautiful bird. And then we get the mourning doves, just about, and a blue jay, a big blue jay just landed there. And so I'm not gonna bother the animals, but no, I don't think I'm gonna shoot the squirrels. They're too cute. Yeah, I got a soft heart. Do not kill beauty, the Martian said. Enjoy beauty. Enjoy everything that's around you. That's a good philosophy. Very peaceful philosophy. So I'm gonna let you go, and I gotta do a video about Trump. I found a list of things that he's done when he was in power. I think there are 127. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to talk about everything. Read it, and I'm gonna go through the list of things um, of what he's done. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you on the next one.